Hi everyone, and welcome to Independence Update Fast 5 for the month of July. I'm your host, Matt Blow. Let's jump in. On July 19th, the Clarkston Area Chamber of Commerce is holding its last Concerts in the Park series for this summer. Also on July 19th, right after the Concerts in the Park, the Clarkston Chamber, Independence Township's Park Recreation and Seniors, and ITV are putting on its first Movies in the Park series. To learn more about this event, go to www.clarkston.org. On July 26th, the library, in collaboration with Orion Township Library, will be exploring our neighborhoods, and theirs too, parks and beaches. We have stories, rhymes, songs, and adventures at each of the 6 locations, the parks and beaches. A different one each week starting at Baycourt Park. These story times are aimed at toddlers and toddler and preschool audiences. Admittance to these events is free and no registration is required. Oakland County Fair is underway and is going until July 14th. The fair is held at Springfield County Park, located on Andersonville Road. DTE Energy Music Theater has many concerts on the calendar for the month of July and August. With road construction on Sashba, make sure you plan extra time to get around town. ITV recently held its annual summer camp for middle school students. If you're interested in seeing the softball game they filmed, check out ITV's YouTube page. Also on ITV's YouTube page is the recent Independence Day Parade. They are also both going to be cable casting on our public channel. As always, you can stay up to date with all that we have going on by following us on Facebook and Instagram on Easy Peasy ITVZ and on YouTube under Independence Television. And click the bell if you want updates every time we upload a new video. Here at ITV, we are always looking for new show producers. If you have a show idea, event you'd like us to cover, please email us at spotlight@independencetelevision.com or call us at 248-623-3661. Before we leave you, we have a short video we'd like you to take a look at.
On this episode, we talk with Eric Haven, Mayor of the City of the Village of Clarkston, and Ken Ermer, Chairman of the Friends of Depot Park Committee, about the ongoing improvements being made to the Depot Park Playground.
I've served on the Friends of Depot Park and the City Council for a long time. Ken Ermer has been an unbelievable partner in this process of blessing kids in the Clarkston area. It's a love of all of us. I mean, we're all children at heart anyway. We remember those days when we enjoyed the park ourselves. But to be able to do some really tangible things which help people has been a joy.
So the first thing we looked at was the playground, because the playground had some antiquated equipment in it, made out of wood, been put in there for a long time by some great volunteers of the city, but like anything, it was time for it to be replaced with more up-to-date equipment.
And in today's environment where safety is so important, it was very much part of our focus to get the best equipment we could for the kids. And we think with every piece of equipment we purchased, that's been the case.
So thankful to the Optimist Club that donated the majority of the money. We bought a new tot swing, we bought a new tire swing, we bought a Geo Climber, cozy cocoon, xylophone, put in some mulch, and we're still going forward with some more ideas for an updated structure. There was a train and a train car. We did take that off and sent it out and had it re-powder coated. And then Eric, go ahead and tell us what else we did to that train.
Well, that train was a marvel. It was initiated back years ago by community members who were moved by the death of a child, Evan Nance. A company in Flint, Android Industries, very generously offered to strip that and re-powder coat it or powder coat it for us. And then the Clarkston Cultural Arts group came and decorated it in a way that us as perhaps engineers and so on would have envisioned this thing, but it's covered in flowers and many other things. And the Cultural Arts Council said, don't worry about it, the kids will love it, and they have in fact loved it.
Yeah, us old guys are struggling with a purple smokestack, but other than that, it's up to the kids. They like it, and that's what counts.
Absolutely.
Well, the labor actually came from a lot of optimists. They joined us as a labor group to dig holes, move the equipment, mount it in. Eric, go ahead and tell us about standing around with coffee and watching people.
Well, it's really amazing. I've really learned a lot about volunteerism as I've watched the optimists in action. Not only did they give a financial equity to the project, but they also showed up with sweat equity for the projects in mass. And we've had some hilarious times of putting this equipment together. The geodesic dome, I remember, was it seems like 1 million pieces, you know, in various sizes and colors. And we really needed help and supervision for that. We got that together. But the thing that I marvel about in this whole operation of watching guys like Ken and I, who, you know, we remember our virility in the days of digging post holes in the past, but not having the stamina that we used to have
No
to
more
do this.
muscle stamina.
The men and women would show up, you know, for this, and they would get tired about halfway through the morning. And my DPW director, Mike Spiegel, came to me through one of these. He said, you know, for our new piece of equipment, our skid steer, he said, we can go buy attachments for that. And one of the attachments is an auger. I said, Mike, you can't get down there fast enough to get one of those attachments and get back here. So he was back within the hour, put that thing on there, and where the guys were kind of going like this, you know, and we even had Jim Evans, you know, on one of these power auger things, and it ended up not drilling the hole, but actually whipping Jim and the others around
as we hit rocks and stones. Yeah.
Exactly, the roots. He had like 32 holes to dig, Kenny. It was looking pretty grim there in the morning. But Mike came through and just went zip, 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 zip. And so I watched the volunteers, their faces lit up, you know, and they had their cup of coffee in their hand, and all they had to do was say a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, you know, and they were thrilled to be there. And so that's the kind of spirit of camaraderie and community that we want to build in the village.
And we're still going forward with some more ideas for an updated structure.
Yes. We're trying to meet the needs of all the children. Of course, you have your youngsters who just are filled with energy and want to use some of these very dynamic pieces of equipment, but there's others with special needs that don't have that ability, and so we want to make the park totally accessible to them, as well as having elements in the equipment which really bless them. And one of the things was the cozy cocoon for our autistic children. They love the confinement and the feelings of security that comes with that toy. It's rotating, and it's a place of sort of seclusion, and they like that feeling. And so that really blesses moms as well as and parents as well as the kids, you know.
And the other big thing we put in was a xylophone. We have a xylophone on a cement pad. Children with wheelchairs can roll right up to it and play the xylophone and the musical equipment to it.
The optimists have been truly an inspiration. They've seeded our projects as we've gone forward. They've given very, very generously, and really a majority of the monies that we've spent in the park to date have been as a result of the optimist leadership in that respect. But they are in fact doing that, and the community is following. This last opportunity we've had now for applying for a $50,000 grant to the DNR was responded to very magnanimously by the optimists initially, and then subsequently by the community at large. We're prepared, we think, very, very well, according to their scoring system, to receive a grant from the DNR later this year.
That's all for this episode, but we've got more to share with you next time on Make Your Optimism Come True, and made possible by the Clarkston Area Optimist Club.